There was someone watching me the entire time I was doing that. It is Monday again, and I did not intend to go to the same store today. I had a whole plan for some smaller shops I wanted to go to show you guys what's around in my area, but last Monday was such a hit at this red, white, and blue that I wanted to see if it was just a fluke or if Monday is like the day for red, white, and blue. So you're going to experiment with me. We're going to go in here and see what we can find. It is a little bit busier than it was last Monday, so I may just have missed the good stuff. But let's go in and see if it's consistent. My name is Christy. I am a former full-time reseller, and now I just kind of go around to thrift stores looking for treasure and showing you guys the prices of everything these days. I did do a market yesterday to get rid of some stuff because I have a lot of stuff, and I priced everything to sell because I like to just, I like to shop. So the more stuff I can move out of my house, the more stuff I can justify buying. So whenever I'm selling things, it's usually a very reasonable price below listings. I will be listing some of the leftovers for sale in my buy and sell group on Facebook. I'll be traveling this weekend, so maybe next week, but I will start listing some of those things in the buy and sell group. If you're not in there yet, I will put the link in the description. I am going to take the cash I made yesterday, go into the cash only thrift store, and hopefully not do a whole lot of damage, but we will see what we find in there. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe here on YouTube because I am doing these videos at least once a week, and I also post a lot of shorts here as well, or you can come follow me on Facebook where I post all kinds of things every day. Okay, here we go. I really glammed up for this one. Kind of hoping I don't run into anyone I know. So I did end up running into someone that I know, but that's okay. You would be surprised to know I run into people I know at the thrift store an awful lot. We all have an addiction. They have now moved the Christmas up to the front. I love these little elves. I don't think they were actually vintage, but they are made to look vintage, like the little knee hugger elves is what they reminded me of. I just thought they were super cute. I love this little sleeping ceramic cat. He was only $4.99, and normally I would have picked him up for my booth if I was still selling. I also like these little bookends. And down here there was a whole collection of really beautiful glass sea animals. They were all $7.99 a piece. There was a dolphin. There was this fish. What is this? An angelfish maybe? I really liked this seahorse on top of the ball. The dolphin did have the sticker on the bottom. They are checked glass. I thought they were beautiful, but I don't really need them. I love this Jasperware looking box. It was not Wedgwood, it was just made in China, and it was $6.99. I did put in the cart to think about it. This was just a print. It was $2.99. I like the wood frame. I like the colors of it. I think it would look really nice styled on a shelf. Behind here, I spotted this ring dish with the two doves on it, $1.99. Everyone loves ring dishes, so I did put that in the cart as well. I think they're kind of great to have on hand in case you need a last minute gift. I like looking in the frames. I'm always looking for wood or brass, especially vintage brass frames. I also collect those leaded glass with the dried pressed flowers in them, so I always check for those. There's a lot of lighthouse stuff throughout the store. And I don't know if it's just me that thinks this, but I feel like every family has a lighthouse lover. Let me know if you think that's true. I spotted this ginger jar. It was marked Japan. It was $4.99. I don't know if you can tell, but the flowers were like raised. It was just really beautiful. I did put that in the cart. I always like to look over here. There's not a whole lot, but there was this burlwood like bud vase. It was absolutely amazing, and it was only $2.99. These are actually worth quite a bit. So that was an excellent find. I don't always pick up religious items, but I did like this Last Supper. It was $3.99. So I did put that in the cart to think about as well. Over in the candle section, I sometimes get very lucky, but of course all I spotted was the Lennox. I thought it was interesting because these pieces clearly went together, but they were priced individually. So maybe I'm wrong, but they definitely look like they go together. I also really liked this one. It was like a chamber stick, which I thought was cool. $7.99 is usually their go-to for the Lennox candle holders. But this one was neat with the cutouts as well. You guys know I just have a soft spot for Lennox, and this store is always full of Lennox. I don't know what it is. And I also don't know what this is. Spotted a Stanley out in the wild. It was $14.99, and it was actually a huge one. I don't know anything about Stanleys, but I feel like this is probably a pretty expensive one. I also spotted this Yeti. We are a Yeti family, and we have not converted, so this one might have been good, but honestly, I've been cleaning out my cup cabinet, so someone will be happy to find that. I am not allowed to buy glasses anymore because I have so many, but look at how cool these cactus ones are, these margarita glasses. I haven't seen one with this kind of texture. They were $6.99 for the set of 4. There are also these little gold leaf glasses, $4.99 for, I believe it was the full set of 6. And then these 2 amber goblets, $2.99. Someone came up behind me and did scoop those up. And speaking of amber, I saw this cart coming out and immediately spotted this diamond point candy dish with the pedestal. $2.99, and you know I was putting that immediately into my cart. It's very rare you find something with a good price like that. These ladies obviously caught my eye. $2.99 a piece for these big mugs with the little lady on the front. I definitely picked those up and put those in my cart. There was this cute little pottery mug and this, I guess, pottery creamer or pitcher, $1.99. Neither of them had any markings on them. This caught my eye. Someone was standing in front of it, so I didn't catch myself picking it up, but it was $6.99, this pedestal. The colors were absolutely stunning. It was reminding me of like maybe a piece made in Spain or Portugal, Italy. It didn't have any markings, so I can't tell you where it came from, but I can tell you it was beautiful. Here's how the cart's looking so far. I had to do a little organizing in there. This, like, opalescent kind of color caught my eye. It is Pearl China and Company, and I really loved the glaze on this. It was so beautiful. It had gold as well. There was this Melmac tray down here. The robin's egg blue color was really beautiful. Okay, this cruet set back here, I have never seen one this large. I usually see them like the normal size, like the salt and pepper shaker one back here. I usually see them in that size. This one, on the other hand, was like full-on decanters. I've never seen one this big. Is this normal? It was $3.99 into the cart. That went as well. And now I'm getting worried because I keep finding good stuff and I really didn't want to spend a lot of money. This was just kind of like an interesting wrapping concept. And here I am with my ladies walking around. I'm sure I got a lot of looks for having the naked ladies in the cart. I thought I might be able to use these for my kitchen light fixture, but I thought against it because they'd probably get kind of gross in the kitchen. I forgot to grab a cart shot before I ran into my friend, so here is the final cart shot. My daughter has been begging me to buy her grapes like this at the thrift stores. I usually think they're pretty gross, but it is her birthday this week, so I got her some grapes. These little corner shelves were so adorable. I know I've mentioned before that the heart shelves are so in. I love that these were like a smaller one than a bigger one. They look so cute in like a country style kitchen, or cottagey vibes, I guess is what people are liking these days. I also spotted an old crock pot. I always love finding these. I find that most people either loved these colors or absolutely don't want to see them again. I just ran into someone I know and I told him to take anything from my cart that he wanted because it was full. So he took like 2 or 3 things from the cart. Now I have to look for a costume for my son. He's doing a project and he has to dress up as a young Charles Darwin. Not even sure what that's gonna look like. You'll be surprised to know that I did find a perfect Charles Darwin jacket. On the way out, I did one more pass by. I found this hand-painted wood plaque. I also found this Love You to the Moon and Back, which I thought was really cute, but not necessarily for $9.99. But how did I miss this sassy guy back here? This is all the stuff that I still have left from my market, but I got 2 huge bags of clothes for my kids. They needed some sweatshirts and a jacket for going up to Boston, and it turned into this. But like, as you can see, I got them some hockey gear and some really nice brands and jackets. I don't have to buy another thing for them for the entire winter because we live in Florida, so that should sustain us. Okay, I spent a very long time in there. Like, I have to go get my kids right now at school. I got them so many good clothes. I really just needed to get them a jacket, but then I started in and I couldn't stop. They had so many good like sweatshirts, jackets, jeans. It was all so cheap. I think the most expensive thing I got was $12, and that was like a really nice brand sweatshirt. I spent $130. I did get the lady mugs. I made a lot of decisions on the stuff I wanted to get because the clothes ended up being a much better use of my money. I did put a lot of stuff back. I do think last week was just like a very special, amazing day, so I don't know that Monday holds any significance. For next week, I really want to do some smaller shops, so definitely subscribe so you could check back next week to see me go. A lot of people tell me I only go to big stores. The thing is, if I go to smaller stores, I have to go to more of them in order to get anything worth watching. I am going to do that next week. I'm going to spend probably a whole day just driving around to some smaller stores because we do have a lot. I do go to them, but as far as recording, I usually don't, and if I do, it's not usually enough to use for an entire video. We are traveling at the end of this week, so I will do my best to get that out to you as soon as possible, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, I'll see you next time. There was someone watching me in their car right in front of me the entire time I was doing that. This is so awkward.